Meanwhile, Muslim families across Canada are opening their doors and welcoming people into their homes today. It's part of a new national campaign aimed at combating misconceptions about Islam and Muslims. Safwan Choudhry helped organize Meet a Muslim Family and is one of the participants. And he joins us now with his brother, Noor. Hello to you both.
Hi, Andrew. Thank you for having us.
So, Safwan, tell me a little bit about this. What gave you this idea that this was something that you wanted to do?
You know, the idea itself, I don't want to take all the credit for because it's not something new. Our community, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama, has been doing this for several years. This year, it comes at a particularly unique time, given everything that is happening in Canada, both in the news and, you know, for instance, there was just a recent threat made against a Canadian mall. As the previous story said, a Canadian Muslim lady was told to remove her hijab. And this is not somebody on the street, but you know, this is coming from an authority level. You got it, exactly. You know, somebody that you actually turn to, it's actually a basic civic right here in Canada. And not only just that, but there's an ongoing debate about the niqab ban, for instance. You know, we have had terror activity on our soil. We've had arrests made. So I think it is natural that Canadians are concerned. So we just wanted to, we believe that the best way to dispel that is to really show Canadian families who we are. That after we're back from our snowboarding trips, we take out our pancake breakfast and our maple syrup and watch our NHL game. And on our way out, I started my day with a Tim Hortons coffee. So I think that we have more commonalities than the things that divide us. So for us, it was important to actually have an event, to have them come to our house and see how we live.
And so you are not only an organizer, but you're actually having a family come stay with you, right?
Correct.
Do you know who this family is?
We do.
Okay.
We do. It is so what we've done is we've set up a website called meetamuslim.com. And we weren't sure really, if there would be an interest or not. So far, we've actually received several hundred inquiries across Canada. We have Muslim families from Newfoundland to British Columbia who have signed up, Muslim families, to welcome Canadians to their homes. And it's pretty simple. You go on the website, you'll say where you live and your name, and we reach out to you and get you set up with one of the closest Muslim families. We actually didn't realize, but there's a hashtag started called #MeetAMuslimFamily, which currently is trending. Which is pretty exciting to see, and people are Muslim families are posting pictures of their kids holding up signs that you're welcome at my house. So it's pretty unique to know that this is just taken off now.
And so what happens when this family comes to your house, and then what?
So frankly, there is no planned agenda or items of discussion. It's more around if hockey's playing around that same time, well, that's in my household. That's what we'll be watching, and we'll be serving some s'mores. But if frankly, if they have a question, they can ask. So there's no actual a program once you arrive. It's really up to the family that's hosting you and the family that's coming. If they have any questions, any concerns, if they have kids around the same age. My little brother promised that he'll play his PS4 with them. All right, so it's really up to the coming family.
And so, Noor, are you excited about this? What are you planning to do?
Well, it's very nice that someone's taking out their own time to know about someone else's religion.
And so, Safwan, let me ask you this, because I mean, maybe I'm being a little bit naive here, but in a city like Toronto that is so diverse, it seems almost incredible that you would have to have a program like this. I mean, I work with Muslims, I see Muslims all the time, but did you have that sense that there are a lot of Canadians that just don't have that kind of contact with Muslims?
Well, one thing I'll tell you, Andrew, is as I've been working on this campaign for the last couple of days, I've learned more new names of Canadian cities that I'd never heard of before. We got calls from Gander, Newfoundland, to Brandon, Manitoba, Lethbridge, Alberta, Prince George, British Columbia, and surprisingly, not as much even from the bigger cities. For sure, we have some inquiries from Toronto, but I think people already know, people they work with are Muslim or they go to school with, Muslims. But it was actually really the smaller towns that were truly intrigued and interested. I got a call from a town in Nova Scotia, and when they called, they said, "I'm calling from the city," and I had to ask them, "I'm sorry, is that what province is that? I've never heard of that." So yes, I think there's been just very diverse range of inquiries. For example, one was from Comox, British Columbia, which was really unique. And this lady had a great story. And she said, I've been seeing on the news what's happening, but I know Muslims are like that, are not like that, but I have no other way to find out.
Yeah.
Sure, you can go to a mosque and listen to a lecture, but I think to see how people live in Canada, the values that are important to us, like plurality and tolerance and multiculturalism, which are very Canadian values, you know, and Islam teaches those same values. So us in the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, we constantly remind the families that it's important to give back to Canadian society.
Yeah. It was really good to speak to you both, Noor, Safwan Choudhry. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.